Shrimate Ramanujaya Namaha. Sri Sailesha Dehavatram Divaktadi Gunarnapam Yatindra Pravanam Vande Ramyacha Matharam Munim Lakshminatha Samarambham Nathayamana Matyamam Asmadacharya Paryandham Vande Guru Parambaram Yonityam Achyutapadam Bhujayukma Rukma Vyamohatastathitarani Thranaya Mene Asmat Gurur Bhagavatosya Dhayekasantoho Ramanujasya Charanau Sharanam Prapatye. Once again, namaskaram to all. So continuing our journey of these 108 Divyadesams, now let's move to the temples, couple of temples in and around in the region of the Pandya kings. So we saw a few from the Chola kingdom in the past, and then we went to the North Indian temples, and now we can look at a couple of temples in the Pandya king. There are many temples starting from Madurai till Rameshwaram. This is where the Pandya kings were ruling, and many of the temples and many of the Alvars, it's one of the great temples are there into this one, but I took a couple of them, and we will see today one in near a place called Madurai in Chennai. Many of the people in Tamil Nadu would know that. It's called as Thirumaaliruncholai. Thirumaaliruncholai. It's also called as Azhagar Malai because that's the Kallazhagar is the one which is very famous and heard of by many. And this temple is around 20 kilometers from Madurai. And it is a rock temple where we have to climb a little bit up to see this Emperorman. And the Emperorman here is called as Sri Alarmel Manga Sameda Shri Sundararaja Peruman. See, it's Sundaram in Tamil is already is a beauty, and Raja Peruman is it's a beautiful and the most beautiful Emperorman. And they talk about the beauty of the Emperorman here. And also you would know that one, there is a very special about the Utsavamurti here in the material, what it has been made, and it's such a beauty that this Emperorman. It's not only about the way that Emperorman looks so beautiful, also it talks about the broad shoulders and the beautiful shoulders he has. Sundara Toludayan, we call it about Sundara Bahu. And there is an Alvar, Acharya, not Alvar, it's an Acharya Kuratalvar, his name. And this Acharya has done one of the stotram just on this particular one, Sundarabahu's Tavam. And that talks about, all the verses talks about the beauty of this particular Emperorman, and such is the greatness of this particular Emperorman. The Emperorman is also called as Kallazhagar. Kallazhagar is the Tirunamam, and the Moolavar is called as the Paramaswami. And the uniqueness of that one, in this particular location, Emperorman is with all his 5 weapons, Panchayutas, we call it out as the 5 weapons. He holds that all the 5 weapons. Normally you don't see all the 5 weapons in the Emperorman's structure in all the temples, but here we could see all the 5 weapons that he holds and gives the posture for us. And the important, there are many features onto this temple, many festivals people would be knowing in Madurai. They would know about the important festival onto that. There is the feature of this one, there is a history for, there is a water that is flowing above this temple. The temple itself is in a mountain rock, but above that there is a water flowing, that one which is called as the Nupura Gangai. Nupura Gangai is has got a history of where it is coming from, is what that it is being told into this temple's history. Emperorman took a 5th incarnation avatar, which is called Vamana Avataram. Vamana Avataram was a small dwarf. There is a story behind that. He goes and asks for 3 feet of land with Bali, the king. And when he started to measure from his own feet, he grew very big, which is called as a Thiruvikraman. That is, an avataram changes from a dwarf to a big Emperorman. And when he measured in 1 feet the whole world here, and in the next feet he was measuring all other worlds we call it out as the upper world. And his feet went up to the Satyaloka where Brahma was there. And he was looking at that one, and Brahman's feet, lotus feet was coming there. And he started to worship, and then he started to do a bath of that particular feet with holy water. And that water, after touching Emperor's feet, it started to flow. And this is the one which is being termed here as the Nupura Gangai, because that is the Ganga river's water normally that comes after that. It is coming from the feet of lotus feet of Emperor. And it is being said that this particular river that it is flowing, it's like a cave, and the water is flowing from that particular cave into this temple. And this is being termed as a Nupura Gangai, that is coming straight from Emperor Man's lotus feet, what Brahma is pouring in from there. And that is why the purity, and also there is a festival around that one on one day, which we will see during the Utsavam temple. So that is one of the history that is being told as speciality in the history of this particular temple of Thirumaaliruncholai. Also, into this particular temple, there is called as the 18. In Tamil, we call it out as a Padanatambadi Karuppanna Swami. That means there were around 18 footsteps, and there is a temple for Karuppanna Swami who guards this particular Thirumaaliruncholai. So normally in Emperor Man's temple, you don't see such type of things, but there is a history because this is very close to the Kerala's today's part, we call it out. At that time, there were certain kings looking at the beauty of this particular Sundararaja Emperor. They wanted to take this Vigraham to their part of Kerala, today's Kerala. So he consulted certain Kerala's mantrikas who gives suggestions of how to take that. So there were certain special people who can go there. They could reduce the power of those Vigrahams, and then they could then take it and bring it up. So the mantrika started to send that person, because they first send that person, and then each time they sent up to 18 persons like that. But every time the people, when they went there, looked at the beauty of this Emperor, they fell in love with that particular Emperor, and they could not take that Vigraham away, and they stayed there as a footsteps. Like that, after 18 people did not return back with that Vigraham, the leader of this particular one, who is called as a Karuppanna Swami, he came here. He said that he himself will go and take that Vigrahams from Thirumaaliruncholai. And then when he came, he also got with this beauty, he fell, and he stayed as a leader of all these 10, and he became even the protector of this Thirumaaliruncholai, that nobody should come and again steal. And that is the story being said that one, even today, the Padanatambadi Karuppanna Swami is being there, and he is the protector of Thirumaaliruncholai Emperor, because such is the beauty of this Emperor. Many fell in love with this beauty of this Emperor, and they wanted to take this Vigraham. That is also being told. And this particular place is also called as Vrishapathri in the history. This is being said because the Yama, the vehicle of Yama is the Vrishapa. And once Yamadharmaraja has come here, and he was praying Emperor, and he was also praying that he was he got the blessings of Sriman Narayana at that time, and then he just prayed that he should keep on getting this one forever, and that is why this particular place is also called as Vrishapathri, is also being told into the history of this particular temple. These are few historical glimpses of Thirumaaliruncholai. In terms of the famous thing onto this particular location, the beauty of Emperor, and then the Utsavams, what are all happening into this one is very important. It's very famous in Madurai, in and around where people know about the Kalladahar Utsavam. But before Kalladahar Utsavam, there is one of the days there is a festival in this Nupura Gangai. Emperor himself goes from the temple to the Nupura Gangai's cave. So they keep the Vigraham, Sundararaja Brahman's Vigraham there. His beauty already is very beautiful, and then they keep it into that water of Nupura Gangai. and the Nubragangai water falls and to the feet of Emperuman, and from there it comes to the Adiyar's head. So you get the blessings of Emperuman on that one day. But this is based on a Tamil calendar Panchangam. So Adiyan cannot give that exact day and month in English. But for those, if you wanted to translate, you can always look at the Tamil calendar. This is on Aipasi month, which is normally in November around Aipasi month. And this is on Shukla Paksham, Dvadasi Tithi. On this particular day, Emperuman goes up into the Nupara Kankai, stays there, and many people, they go and take this tirtham as a bath, which comes from the holy feet of Emperuman. And this Utsavam is called as the Totti Thirumanchana Utsavam. Totti Thirumanchana Utsavam is famous on that particular day, and maybe people around the Madurai or Thirumaaliruncholai would have had that blessings of Emperuman. The second Utsavam is the one which is happening, the Kalladagar Chitra Paurnami. During that day, Kalladagar Emperuman starts as from the morning. He starts from Thirumaaliruncholai and then he goes up to Madurai, and in the river Vaigai, he gets into that one. And this festival is being done every year, even today, except for this COVID time. But this is one of the famous Kalladagar Utsavam. Kalladagar getting into the river is a famous Utsavam that it still happens. It has been merged. Usually it used to happen in the Masi, that is another later, but they merged it out along with the Meenakshi. Maybe some of the kings, they did that one, these two Utsavam, to show the unity of Saivas and Vaishnavas is being said. So they are now doing that one in the Chitra Paurnami days, and that is one of the Utsavams that happens into this particular temple. The other features of that one, Andal, one of the Alvars, Periyalvar's daughter, she has sung in her Nachiyar Tirumoli a wish with a Pasuram. She states that she wants to give to this Thirumaaliruncholai Emperuman 100 vessels full of Akaravadisal, which called is the sweet, a very unique sweet rice payasa. That one she wants to offer to with 100 vessels of butter and 100 vessels of Akaravadisal to the Akaravadisal to this Emperuman, and that was a wish for her, and we do not know that she was able to fulfill that wish, and that's why later Sri Ramanuja Acharya of us, when he saw that one, Andal might have had this as a wish, and we need to fulfill that wish, and he fulfilled that wish of offering that particular one into this Thirumaaliruncholai Emperuman, and he did that one. And even today, this can be done by Adiyash. So they are still offering that one as 100 vessels of Akaravadisal to Emperuman, and this is being offered as a prasadam to Emperuman as one of the unique thing, which is also referred from Alvar's Pashurams, we could see. The Tirtham here is the river Nubarakangai Tirtham. Vimanam is Soma Santa Vimanam. These are all the features of this particular temple. In terms of the Mangala Sashanam of Alvars, Periyalvar, Andal, Tirumangayalvar, Pudattalvar, Nammalvar, Peyalvar, all of these Alvars have done the Mangala Sasanam. So Thirumaaliruncholai is being many of the Alvars have visited, so we might be having such a great blessings from Alvars. And also when we go there, we will definitely fall in with the beauty, because the beauty is also being termed. When Kurattalvar in the Sundarabhagustavam, they state that one, the cheeks are so beauty, with the cheeks are bulgy, and they are looking so good, because Yashoda, when feeding Kannan, she always say, Kanna, please eat. And then her hand has touched Kannan, and because of that, this beautiful cheeks are there for this Emperuman, is how he describes the beauty of this particular Emperuman. Nammalvar has sung many Pashurams onto this. Kilarudi Yalamai Keduvadan Munnam Valarudi Mayon Marviya Koyil Valaridam Bodilshol Maaliruncholai Talarvilarahil Charvadishatire. He says that one, don't wait for your age is to grow. Even when you are young, please do not miss this opportunity to go and visit Thirumaaliruncholai and get the blessings of Emperuman. பயனல்ல செய்து பயனில்லை நெஞ்சே புயல் மழை வண்ணர் புரிந்துரை கோயில் மயல்மிகு பொழில் சோல் மாலிருஞ்சோலை அயல்மலை அடைவது அது கருமமே. Going there and getting the blessings of this Kallalaga is the only thing that we have to do, is what Nammalvar is singing. And again also will refer to the Andal's Pashuram, where she says that one, what was her wish. நாருணரும்பொழில் மாலிரும் ஜோடை நம்பிக்கு நான் 100 தடாவில் வெண்ணை வாய்நேர்ந்து பராவி வைத்தேன் 100 தடா நிறைந்த அக்கார அடிசல் சொன்னேன் ஏறு திருவிடையான் இன்று வந்து இவை கொள்ளுங்களோ. When he finishes it out, she says that I have prepared the 100 vessels of butter, 100 vessels of akara vadisal. Will that Maaliruncholai Emperuman will come and take this as prasadam? And that is how she put it up into a question mark. That's what Sri Ramanujar looked out as a wish, probably is an unfulfilled wish of Andal, and we should do that. And he fulfilled that one, is what it is. There are 128 Pashurangal like that. And these are all a few of the Utsava Peruman, the Sundararaja Peruman, is its very uniqueness. There is a material with which they make the Utsava Murtis, and this is made as Aparanchi. Aparanchi is something very unique. Only it is being said that only in this place of the Utsava, and also in Thiruvananthapuram Utsava. Only these two Utsavas are made with this material of Aparanchi. That is one of the uniqueness of this Utsava Murti and the beauty of this Utsava Murti. And these are few things about Thirumaaliruncholai, and also the Utsavam is very, very famous. It could be the Totti Thirumanchana Utsavam or Kallalagar Utsavam. We could easily go there to Madurai and Thirumaaliruncholai and get the blessings of Thayar and Emperuman from this great Divyadesam. This is a small information about this particular temple. We will move with the other temples in the next part. Srimate Ramanuchaya Namaha. Alvargal Thiruvadigalai Sharanam, Emperumanar Thiruvadigalai Sharanam, Jiyar Thiruvadigalai Sharanam, Acharyan Swami Thiruvadigalai Sharanam.